And one of my clients who tried to ask me out, she's a woman, by the way, guys, please. She she told me about her father who was giving her gifts and giving her flowers every day and stuff like that, back when she was still like a kid in kindergarten and stuff like that. And the next thing I told her was, what does that have to do with me? All right? And she's like, oh shoot, since my parents did it, I have so many high expectations. And I again said the same thing in verbatim. What does that have to do with me? Okay? And it's not me being a pimp or anything. I'm just pissed off about the fact that your parents are the threshold for every type of relationship you will ever have in the future. All right? Okay, I get you had decent parents giving you everything you've ever wanted and stuff like that. All right? But let's get things straight. Okay? If you think that your parents are like the moral zeitgeist for everything in general, I feel like you've got things a bit wrong. All right, I don't care if your parents did anything, and I don't care what your parents said about relationships. They can still be freaking wrong. All right, this is the point of the video. All right, I'm finally getting to the point of the video. Okay, but it's a thing where I always see it on TikTok and everything. Like, oh shoot, my dad did this for me. My dad said this about boys and this about girls. My father and my mother did this. My mother didn't have male friends. Yeah, because she was freaking lonely after her marriage, dog. That doesn't have anything to do with me. All right, I can't let my girl have guy best friends. You know why? Because my mother didn't contact the guy best friend. This, that. Just tell me you have an insecure relationship with other people and stuff like that. Like, holy cow, man. Yeah, I do this because my parents don't do that in their relationship. My parents do this, so I'm gonna do this. Like, how much of a bird do you have to be? And mind you, I'm not saying this for like the teenagers and stuff like that, or people who are still trying to grow up. Like people like me, for example, who are 20, 19, who are still trying to figure it out and stuff like that. Okay, they have an excuse to say that. I have an excuse to say that. But when you're at an age 25, 27, 39, I get you can learn from your parents, but it's a thing where if no matter how wrong they are, if you still believe them, when it comes to things like this or anything in general, all right, that is some of the most, that is like I don't want to say the R word. Don't make me say the R word, okay? But also, sorry, this is so female centered. This is not just for the women, it's also for the men, all right? There's a reason why there is like this term. I don't know if it's oedipus or something. I feel like this is all just based off the oedipus complex. All right, I knew it. I'm not a pseudo intellectual. All right, it's all based off the oedipus complex. All right, just wanting to date your parent. Okay, you're just saying that, but in the most subconscious way possible. You know that, right? Like, oh my gosh. Okay, your father gave you flowers, gives you flowers every Sunday. Okay, that's cool. Now that has to be the threshold for every relationship. Okay, what if I said my mom cooks for me every weekend? All right, now what? Okay, I buy to the fact that that's her choice, but that doesn't have to channel through everything I know. Okay, now see how that logic works. Okay, now if you use that in your everyday life, okay, wouldn't that be more beneficial? Wouldn't you at least be more? Wouldn't you at least feel like more of a free thinker? Okay, I'm a pseudo intellectual myself, but I can tell you I am somewhat. I'm a free thinker. I don't fully believe I'm a free thinker, but I can use my brain. I can use about 35% of it. Like for example, if my parents support MAGA, like if your parents support MAGA, are you supporting MAGA? Okay, now boom, that's where your whole argument about my parents do this, I should do this, kind of like falls flat in general. All right, it's just like a whole pick and choose thing. All right, because like it's really just a pick and choose things for debates. Like, okay, just because my parents do this, that means I have to do this. All right, that's just basically saying like another random stranger is doing this, so I have to do this. So I have to do this. Like, there's bro. It really pisses me off when people just bring their parents in to a lot of things when it comes to like dating and stuff like that. It just really like racks my brain. I don't know if it's just me, all right? And I haven't gotten like all of my anger out yet. I might make a separate video on this, okay, a whole part tour. But yeah, basically what I'm saying here is that, okay, your parents had limited knowledge on majority of things like you do. So what makes them so different from you when it comes to finding different perspective? Of course, there's a saying that mother knows best, but does she really know best? Or does she know what she knows throughout life, all right? That's why you have to, garner experience. Go out and learn. Go out and do, okay? Because I feel like most people who do say that, like I get my relationship advice from my parents and stuff like that. Oh, I get most of my relationship advice from my parents because they're my parents, and just because they're my parents, I feel like they barely, at least, try to live any life and learn from it. Those are two different things. Living life and learning from it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, basically that's the video, and